I'm Lisa, and I got to coach JJ Johnson with the Johnson Brothers Tiny Farm. We've seen his son Reese here at 1 Million Cups quite a bit this summer, and his other two sons are here today. What's your name? You have been here before? What's your name? Josh? And what's your name? David. I think you guys have all been here actually. So we appreciate you coming in today to support your dad. And so we're going to talk about JJ's newer business. Yep. We've all heard about his car business. So this is his tiny farm.
Well, good morning. I'm JJ with Johnson Brothers Tiny Farm. I'm really excited to share with you the exciting changes that are happening with the farm and tell you a little bit about our story. So, let's see. There we go. In 2020, we moved from the city down to Bosque Farms. We bought a property. It's right about 1 acre. For our property, we have 3 boys, as Lisa introduced. They are the Johnson brothers, and a 1 acre farm is a tiny farm. So Danny, as soon as we moved down there, dubbed our farm the Johnson Brothers Tiny Farm. So this is the boys living their best life, and then our ducks enjoying the garden area. So for the first 3 years of our farming experience, we made jams and jellies. We do fresh produce. We have chickens and ducks that we sell the duck eggs and chicken eggs on. We have about 25 trees, fruit trees on our property. So we do all manner of jellies. We sold at the Bosque Farms Growers Market exclusively over that time. Our next door neighbor at the market was Grandma Sue. Oop, Pastor. See if we can get back to her. Please.
Want me to try?
Yep. So this is Grandma Sue. This is her avatar. If you met her, if you saw her, you would know her. She has pink and blue hair. She's been making Sue's all natural goat milk lotion for almost 2 decades now. It is an amazing product. Everyone who uses it says, this is the best lotion that you've ever put on your skin. It's great for eczema, dry, chapped skin. It soaks into your skin so it doesn't leave you greasy. Really is just an amazing product. She really for the entire time that I've known her has been talking about retirement. And this year she said that she was serious about it, that she's retiring at the end of the year. And so I sat down with her and confirmed, how serious are you about retirement? And she said, I'm done. I can't do it anymore. And so I made her an offer. I said, this product is too good to let retire with you. Would you be interested in selling your business to me? And she thought about it for a second and she said, I'm not interested in selling it, but you're like family. So I give it to you at the end of the year. So she's working through the end of the year at the Bosque Farms Market. I've been apprenticing with her for about 4 months now. And I make all of the lotion that we sell. I make about 50% of the lotion that she sells right now. And come January, she will turn over her 1,200 clients to me. So we're so thankful for Grandma Sue. The boys write her letters, and with Grandma Sue on there, and she said it means so much to her that that we've adopted her in the same way that she's adopted us. So we're currently selling at farmers markets, craft fairs, pop-up events. We've gone from just the jams and jellies, duck eggs, and produce. We now have 15 or so flavors of jams and jellies. The chocolate cherry is our most popular one. I actually have some that y'all can sample. So we have that. We still do the fresh produce. We have 4 regular scents of our lotion that we make. And then we have, I actually have a fifth scent. This morning I have a vanilla berry lotion that y'all can try as well. So we have the lotions. I'm partnered with a local mushroom farmer as well. I do sales for him. So we have fresh mushrooms as well as the functional mushroom tinctures that we're selling. Our current setup. So this, everyone that I talk to at farmers markets say that we're insane. We're doing 5 markets a week right now. We have a Tuesday, Friday. Danny and I divide and conquer on Saturday mornings. She's in Bosque Farms. I'm at Winrock, and then we're at Rail Yards on Sunday. So our current challenges for anyone who does farmers markets, pop-up markets, any of those things, there's the consistent fear of winter. It's easy to easy-ish to make money when you have markets that you can go to. Come winter, those weekly opportunities dry up. So we're looking at driving online sales through our website. I'm meeting with our website designer later this afternoon to firm up our Johnson Brothers market. We're looking for wholesale partners. So salons, boutiques, apothecaries, places like that can promote our brand. The retail location, I am not looking for a retail location, but I am looking for advice on at what point do you start actually thinking about a retail location versus the pop-up and the market life. Shipping. I don't know if you guys have any creative shipping solutions. Love to talk to you guys about that. Project and time management. We are, the lovely farmer Danny is over here. We're regularly making jam and jelly and lotion at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. So if you guys have any advice that can help save us time or strategies for getting stuff done. Unfortunately, with 3 boys, it does make it challenging to do it during the day. And then just overall scaling. We have gone from we're selling a few dozen units a week to several hundred now. And we're looking for strategy to whether it's production, automation, any of those things as far as scaling this business. All right. And that's my presentation. I'm JJ with Johnson Brothers Tiny Farm. We're caring for our family, our neighbors, and the earth through regenerative farming.
All right, guys, form a line if you want to ask a question, provide feedback, give him some assistance on how they're going to get through winter. Sorry.
Hello, I'm Danielle with Conscious Crossroads End of Life Services, and I'm just here to give a plug. That chocolate cherry jam is trouble, and you could literally eat it with a spoon. And I've already gone through 3 of the little things of the lotion, and I've been giving them away as gifts, so I need more already. It's
All right.
all fantastic. So thank you, just plugging.
Thank you for the kind words. Danielle.
Hi, I'm Paul Sauter with Equity.
on in.
I have a suggestion.
Yes,
So a lot of people who are in business like yours, who
Yes.
often sell at farmers markets, approach the dread of winter through pop-up holiday sales. And I know when I was at UNM, there was a huge holiday gift market.
right.
I don't know how hard it is to get into that. They
We're in-
can't be the only people doing that.
We're actually in that one for our jam. Grandma Sue has someone selling the lotion at that one, but next year we'll be providing the lotion for that person to sell as well.
Great.
So thank you.
I'd like to hear a little more about what the production, that difficulty, what's the nature of that and what have you tried first?
So I mean, Danny is very experienced at the jam and jelly side of things, just getting larger and larger batches. Obviously, we grow our own fruit, so there's the harvesting as well as harvesting, processing, and making. The harvesting and processing can happen during the day. Cooking, not so much. As far as the lotions and soaps that we do, really what we've done so far is just scaling our batches. Sue was doing batches of they were about I don't know, they were probably 75, 80 ounces. The batches that we're doing now are about 2.5 gallons. So we're definitely moving the right direction there. One of the things that we're potentially looking into is actually hiring out the packaging of it. So finding reliable people that I can take, a 3-gallon thing of lotion to, and a box of containers, and pick it up a day or so later.
So, okay, so I'm hearing that some of it's kind of scaling problems.
Yeah.
Which I hope you're looking into some of the local kitchens, commercial kitchens that are around here that are for small businesses like
Right.
yours, Three Sisters and stuff. The thing on the production is at some point, let's see, this is like an old idea, okay?
Okay.
And part of getting that kind of stuff stabilized is knowing what you're doing.
Mhm.
And I remember when they started the ISO 9000 thing, the first exercise they had companies do was to write down how do they do their business. And the weird part is that everybody would write down how they thought that they ought to be doing their business. And then they would fail. And then you come back and say, well, how are you really doing your business? And once you wrote down how you're really doing your business, and you actually could just sit up and say, yep, I am actually following what I'm doing. Then you would say, oh, here's where my problem is. And that's when you could start to do your slow improvements. So I don't know, maybe that's like wacky sounding.
Sure.
But just knowing what you're doing is the first step to getting it better.
That's really great advice. I think with my score coach, he's got me doing my business manual of how we're doing everything. I think my tendency might very well be to idealize that rather than saying how are we actually doing it, and then make revisions.
Right,
from
the
there.
fruit's coming in and it's really dirty. we have to clean it, and it's really taking more washings than we think.
Right.
Whatever it is,
Yeah.
right?
No, that's great. That's really, really great insight. Thank you. Carolyn.
Hi, JJ. I'm Marilyn with our Peaceful Path Life Coaching. You've already addressed several of the questions I had, but there are a few things that I'm still very interested in. The lotions, this sounds funny, but are they edible?
So all of the ingredients are edible. I wouldn't recommend it. They may not taste very nice, but it is edible.
Okay, that's one of my tests for, am I gonna put it on my skin? Because if it's not edible, I mean, it doesn't have to taste good.
Yep.
If it's not edible, why do I want it in my body?
Right.
Even if it is through my skin. So that's a big plus. The second thing is, I know you're busy and you've got 3 boys and all this other stuff. Have you ever heard of kitchen chemistry for homeschool?
I've not. Tell me more.
You go in the kitchen and you say, this is how you bake a cake.
Mm.
This ingredient, the flour makes it sustainable, the baking soda does this, and you go through that. You could do that with all of your lotions, all of your everything, and then you have 3 more helpers doing chemistry, and all you have to do is the background with that.
That's a great idea. We do some of that. The boys are required to make a meal once a week. So they plan it. We do shopping lists. They measure it out. David is by far our most adventurous cook. With the children's entrepreneur market that we did last month, and then we'll have another one later this month. David actually did the whole process with the lotion. The packaging was an adventure. Something. There were lots of paper towels and regular towels harmed. But that's a great idea.
Okay, one more thing.
Yes.
I might have contacts for kitchens, and can you sell your lotion with somebody else's soap and things like that? So contact me after.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Miriam.
Hello, Miriam Ortiz-Pino with More Than Organized. 2 things. Josh, did you want to come up and give a review of the vanilla berry? He was waiting in line and then I kicked him out of line, but come on up. Give a review of the vanilla berry.
Have you not smelled it? No. Come smell it.
We'll find it.
There you go.
Did you try it?
He sniffed it.
What do you think?
I thought you were gonna use it. All right. They could be your Instagram kids doing the stuff.
Okay.
To bring more people in the winter. And I might know someone that knows a little something about workflows and time management.
Indeed.
Also, in terms of setting up, do you have, your guys are growing pretty fast. So do you have a good idea of this shelf stability as you're scaling up the production runs to how far ahead you can get with your batching process so you don't work at 3 a.m.?
Yeah, so it is shelf stable at room temperature for 12 months. So that's one of the things that we're looking at. How much can we do? How much can we do early in the year before market season hits in full force?
Right.
Obviously we want to make sure that we're continuing to give a really high quality product.
And then along those same lines, if you have a down season like winter, that's when you do the majority of your batching and things. So then you're just grabbing off your inventory shelves to take to market during the spring, summer, and fall. And you can build that seasonality into all your marketing and stuff with people. And so share behind the scenes during the winter to get people excited and still drives sales to the website. But you guys are really on the right track and I can't wait to help you look at the workflows. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, one technical question. Is there lactic acid in it?
There is not lactic acid. Sorry, there,
I don't know if goat milk has a lot of lactic.
I don't
It
think,
doesn't,
I don't think,
right?
I don't think it does have lactic acid in it.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's it.
yep.
Aaron, would you like to unmute and ask your question or provide your feedback?
So, wow, this is the, wait, oh, anyway. And I also have a contact who does, he's a geologist for the state of New Mexico. He makes his own jewelry. He sells it all over the state during the winter. He made this beautiful thing, but I actually already texted him. I don't know if you want to connect with him, but he totally knows how to stay busy throughout the holiday season. So I will do that.
All right, thanks, Aaron.
Thank you, Aaron. Bill, I'll call on you next. Come on up, Gladys.
Congratulations for what you're working on. And as a consumer, I have a quick question.
Yes.
Do you have any jams that are sugar-free?
We do not have any jams that are sugar-free. Our model with the jams in particular has been to make what we will eat and sell what is in abundance. And my wife is actually really, really allergic to all of the artificial sweeteners and that. We have a few that are a low sugar recipes, but none of them that are no sugar, if that answers your question.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And I forgot to introduce myself, Gladys with Goldland Investors.
Thank you.
Let's go online. Phil has some feedback for you.
Good morning, Phil.
Hi, good morning. Phil Wilton, Executives Outcomes. I do simple strategic planning. Michael gave you some good input just a while ago, and I want to kind of expand upon that a little bit more. You're in a growing phase. Growing phases can be a very difficult time for you, especially when you have success, and it looks like you're having success, and you want to expand your business with your grandma as well. So, and you're working till 3 a.m. You've got a lot of problems going on there that you may not know. And you need to realize that you can easily disrupt yourself on what you're doing by not managing what you're doing correctly. So Michael came out with a good kind of story with the ISO and how you approach that. I want to try and simplify it a little bit more for you. You know what a SWOT is, don't you?
I do.
Right. I suggest you do a SWOT: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. But look at it in a different way. And I suggest that you do it with your family and you know, the people that are involved with you in the business. And so instead of sitting there and saying, well, okay, guys, what's our strengths? Say, okay, what is it we do really well? Yeah. And when you're looking at weaknesses, say, what is it we don't do so well? And that will help you to identify better what you are doing well and what you're not doing well. Okay. And then when you get to the opportunities, you look at that and basically that one stays really the same. What is it we could do better?
Right.
And on the threat side is what is it you shouldn't do? What is it you should keep away from? So if you do that and you do it with yourself and with everybody that's working with you, all right, then you'll be able to list out a good amount of things that you can action going forward. Once you've got all those comments down, take one-line comments down. So as you're going through it, just write out, you know, what the one line, we're up till 3 a.m. in the morning. That's a threat for you guys, okay? Because it's going to be a serious issue. we're doing really well at the markets, we're doing too well at the markets. All right. So you're doing really well at the markets, but you've got too much market. So that's a weakness. Okay. So think about it, put them in the right boxes, and then categorize them all into sections. So what falls into, I would say, is your manufacturing section to develop your products, into your distribution section, and into like the people section, or you could call it HR, and you can put those comments into the right boxes within the SWOT itself, and you'll begin to see a clearer picture of how you're doing things. If you want a little bit of guidance on it, then feel free to contact me. I'll give Lisa my contact details in the chat, and I can help you run through it. And I'll be happy to do that.
All right, I
Thanks,
appreciate
Phil.
that. Thanks, Bill.
Come on, run up.
Well, that's like following some great performer in a concert. Bill had a
That's
lot
right.
of good comment there, but I'll just zero down it. First of all, I'm a farmer too, and I realize how difficult it is to make any money.
Mhm.
But yeah, we can and we do. But just to zero down on one point, you had on your list of potential things to do, open a retail location.
Sure.
You had a big question mark behind
Yeah.
it. And I think you put it on that list just so we could tell you to take it off the list. 'Cause that's just picture, you already got a busy schedule.
Right.
So, and I own those types of properties and I really enjoy the tenants buying my buildings for me. So that's probably the last place.
Okay.
You don't have time.
Right.
And then the other thing is, get to sleep. We're on a rhythm where, you know, you need to sleep at night, work in the day.
Right.
It's what I do.
Sure.
For the long haul.
Right. I think, you know, as far as the up till 3 a.m., you know, that's one of the things many people around of us have said, you know, be really careful. This is, you know, you're doing too much. There is some of the thought process that this is seasonal. And so we're going to get to November, and, you know, come November, there'll probably be much more time sitting by the fireplace than standing over the stove in the evening. But that is one of the things that we are mindful of is, and I'm sure as a farmer yourself, you had the seasonality. But yeah, the focusing on sleep is definitely a.
Let us know how that sitting in front of the fireplace goes, because you don't look like that kind of guy.
Right. I want to be that kind of guy though, Franklin.
Hi, JJ. I'm John Patrick. We met before.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I got a couple of small entrepreneurial, amazing life and Enchanted Lands music. And I wanted to say, I can understand your pain because 2 years ago, I worked for Triangle Healing Cafe and we sold at the Robinson's Food Market.
Mm.
And I was I guess you would call, I was in production and I was in sales. So in production meant I was at the Street Food Institute kitchen on Fridays, making the almond milk and the matcha milk and all the different things. And then on Saturday, I was up early selling.
Mhm.
So I understand how it is like wearing those hats and shifting those hats. One of the things was that my boss, Jennifer, was looking at going into retail and all the standards and certifications that needed to happen, have a perishable product to go into retail was a lot.
Mhm.
And especially like to go organically certified.
Right.
So I don't know if that's something you've been looking into as far as retail, and you've already probably answered some of this, but those challenges can be real expensive.
Right.
And because you're working at your home.
Mhm.
So have you thought about what you're going to do to your kitchen to get it up to a standard to be in that kind of production?
So with so food things fall into that category where you're needing a commercial kitchen to get into the retail space. Thankfully, up to this point, lotions fall into the cosmetic category where the FDA is not as heavily involved. So we're able to do the retail on this. I just need to get the UPCs and that side of things for the lotion. One of the things that we've looked at, or we're considering, particularly with the chocolate cherry jam, because that's our best seller, is we may look at a co-packer or something along those lines for the chocolate cherry in particular, so that they can jump through all those hurdles for us.
So one recommendation for the retail is that our product was at the Tiny Grocers in Old Town.
Okay.
And I can't remember, I think her name was Lisa. Anyway, she was so cool and easy to work with. We had like a little spot in the refrigerated for 4 of our products.
Awesome.
And they've moved, and I don't know if they have more shelf space, but that's someone you may want to look into to, just do a cold call, just go to these places, that small family businesses that have a retail. The other thing was there was a lady that presented here a couple of months back that had these gift boxes. Sarita.
Yes.
And, you may be able to like have some of your stuff in her gift box,
Right.
Sarita.
She was the clothing designer, right?
No,
Or-
I just texted her.
Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah, Sarita owns Serendipity,
Soul and serendipity.
Soul and Serendipity.
Okay.
Gift boxes for anyone, but really she's kind of pushing more towards bed and breakfast kind of thing.
Okay.
But your stuff could possibly be put in her,
Yeah.
she wants local Mexico.
Okay. I'd love to talk to her.
So I already sent her all these.
Great, thank you.
Well, it's amazing how this process works, right? I mean, that's real time when MC, like, quantum
Yeah.
physics, results. The other thing is, and I think Franklin addressed this with your work schedule. I know you're out of town, but if you could find a centralized location that you could take this business out of your house, and I know that you have your sons and everyone working on it, it may be easier to do production when it's not in your living space.
Mm.
And I'm only saying this as a person who's been doing this off and on for like 30 years. I started an animation company in Austin. It was in my office. And I discovered that when I worked someplace else, I got more done because I'm so distracted at home doing all the things I'm doing, plus going into my room and working. So I know that may not be feasible for you, but I discovered that having an office separate from your home space allows more production. So you may want to consider that when it becomes accessible to you.
Okay. That's great. That's
Good luck
great
with
insight.
good luck with your business.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hi, Deanna Vincent with Dry Heat Photography, and I also have a gardening related side hustle, so I
Awesome.
kind of get the amount of work that you're dealing with. But my suggestion, maybe just kind of random, do you have any kind of relationship with Europa in Los Lunas on 314?
No. That's
Okay,
the answer to that.
so they're a local farm and little restaurant,
Okay.
and I don't know if all, but most of the food they serve at the restaurant is grown there on the farm.
Okay.
And they have a little gift shop there in the restaurant. And they also host artisan markets
Okay.
in the holidays and they're indoors.
Awesome.
But just as far as a possible retail outlet or
Sure.
someone to partner with, they might be a good option because I think they would be on board with
Okay.
the way you do things.
Awesome. Do you want to make that note?
Europa.
You guys all have.
Thank
it
you.
On your video.
Hi, Steve Cuomo with Santa Fe Fashion Week and Beyond Energy. And so Beyond Energy and what you're doing is kind of similar. One thing you might want to talk to the local grocery store. So we went to La Mananita, how to pronounce that, Lowe's, Food King, stuff like that. You may need a distributor to work directly with them.
Right.
You just walk in and ask for the manager and then you can set up your stuff if they agree to it. And then we do tasting, so you can do stuff with your lotion. Scaling up, obviously, there's a lot of upfront cost to get a bottle of I'm sure. That. And then also it said something that was interesting. I think maybe Coronado Center, you'll see during the holidays, they have all those pop-up stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe talk to him about a seasonal pop-up in the mall and sell
Okay.
it to children holidays.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got it.
I'm back again, Marilyn.
Welcome back.
Pruitt with Our Peaceful Path. I have found, this is, I've had a couple dozen fruit trees at a time. I have found the freezer was my friend.
Sure.
Peel it, freeze it, pit it. And then in January or December, when you have all the time in the world, that's when you make jam.
Thank you. This is the first year that, we're prepared in that regard. So we, hopefully we'll be able to do quite a bit of that production, when the heat from the stove will actually be a benefit to the house rather than, it running the house to 100 degrees inside. So, thank you.
I'm Daniel Paterno with Paterno Group Branding and Marketing. I could tell you have a to-do list that's a mile long.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to stress the importance of branding and, hearing your story and the charming story and the romantic story. I mean, you've got the three perfect spokespeople for your brand. Those three little faces should be in your logo, all that stuff. It could still be one color. It could be simple. So I just want to stress the importance of that to really convey the romance and the warmth and the charm of your business.
Yeah, thanks for that. They really, we have struggled with the idea of,
Exploiting.
yeah, monetizing our boys' faces, and exploiting them. But I think we've softened quite a bit on that front. I mean, at our markets, they are our biggest advocates. Everyone comes and says, "Oh, y'all are Reese's parents."
I love it.
I just want to clarify, I was thinking sort of caricature,
Okay.
cartoonish representation, because I
Yeah.
understand how you're concerned.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Melanie Page, and I was wondering if you are in any of the large beauty industry, like spas and massage parlors, things like that.
Not yet. So we're in 2 hair salons.
But as a single product.
As a single product.
Mm-hmm.
We're in 2 hair salons and then we have the travel moisturizer at a luggage
Right.
luggage company.
So-
But we're not in any spa spaces.
So a lot of times, if you can get the salon in one way to use your product when they are doing massages,
Sure.
then the clients will buy the product from them.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And the second thing is when you, like the lady that was on the internet or I don't know.
Erin?
On our Zoom?
Zoom.
Yep.
She mentioned that she likes the product a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So in your sense, the packaging, if you take out every single individual one and you can sell that woman a much larger, that she can, fill up her own packaging.
Okay.
It saves you a lot of time, effort and money, and then she can get a deal on it. I mean, when it comes to
That is
the larger packaging situations, when you have.
Yeah, that is one of the things that the packaging is one of our major winter projects. We are looking at, she may not know it yet, but we're looking at partnering with Rio Refills. She's a reusable.
Refill shop in Napa, that one?
She's in Rio Rancho.
There's one.
But yeah, so the idea, you bring your own packaging in and fill it that way. I love that model. As an environmentally friendly family, the amount of plastic that we go through is personally sickening. I have a feeling we're going to talk about that with the next person in line, but no. But I really like the idea of
The spa thing
the
really
spa
works.
and then looking into the options
And
for.
I can even tell you how to start that motor if you.
I'd love to talk to
Okay.
you about that. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Danielle again, I'm back. So yes, we'll talk about the glass jar, which is new and coming. But I wanted to kind of piggyback off of what Danielle said about branding.
Yep.
I really like your logo for the farm. This does not scream skincare to me. It doesn't scream luxury or soft or pretty or any of the things that I associate with skincare stuff. In fact, when I gave them as gifts, 2 of the people were like, oh, what is this?
Okay.
Right off the bat was their first, and I opened it up and then showed them what it was to kind of talk about it. So I don't know if like there's a way to do a similar but different logo for the lotions than what you have just for the farm and the jellies.
Okay.
Because I don't feel that it works for both.
Interesting.
And maybe as intended.
Sure.
I may be the only one that has that opinion, but I wanted to throw it out there.
No. That's
Just FYI.
That's
And then talk
valid.
about your glass, please. Thank you.
so. So we are in the process of moving toward glass packaging away from the plastic packaging. With our jams and jellies, we do our price, and then you get $1 off for bringing the jar and the ring back. Everything here is reusable with the exception of the sealing insert there. We have a sterilization cabinet that is on its way currently, so we can move toward reusing the glass. I hear your concern about it doesn't scream lotion. And that's certainly something for us to consider as we're moving toward more of the retail business.
Hi, JJ. I'm Barbara with Purple Mulch.
Welcome.
And one of the things that, I love what you're doing and I love your entrepreneurship and your willingness to jump off the deep end on more than one occasion. My heart goes out to you, Daniel. And one of the questions that keeps coming up, especially when someone mentioned a larger package, is really look at shelf life.
Right.
What is the shelf life of your product? Because if you get a larger amount and they're going to refill little containers, you just want to make sure it's sustainable. Is it a 2-year shelf life? Does it have to be refrigerated? Because you don't use preservatives.
Right.
You do the sterilization, which is great.
Right. It's natural preservatives, but it's not the hardcore preservatives that you would normally find. But
All right. Well, you may have to start advertising that too.
yeah, I may. I don't know if certainly there's a way to get your product evaluated for that, right?
I would think so.
I
don't know.
This is a question I'm throwing out to the universe.
You can ask Stuart after my.
So,
all right.
Me again.
Welcome back.
I just was gonna pony on top of the ideas of Danielle and Dan about the lotion logo. Dan is a really great graphic designer.
Okay, thank you.
So talk to Dan.
All right.
I'll be danced.
One quick thing before we get to the last 2 questions. So I have samples of all of our scents. We have the unscented lemongrass, nectarine, the vanilla berry, lavender, and what's my last one? Gentleman's blend.
Yeah,
So I have samples here if anyone would like to feel it. This is something you have to feel on your skin. I can tell you how great it is, but until you feel it, yeah, you have to. So please do. And I also have sample jars for you guys to take home this evening. So.
Do you have a spoon for the chocolate cherries?
I have a few wooden spoons, but I have a feeling that it's not going to be enough for this group. But I do have some sample spoons.
Our next market is at this date of this time of advice.
Yeah, we're at Winrock and Rail Yards. Winrock on Saturday, Rail Yards on Sunday, and then we're in the South Valley at La Familia Market on Friday.
Would you please invite up your partner and introduce her and your kids too, if you want?
Boys, come on up. All right, come on into the frame. All right, so most of you have met Reese. So this is Reese, my middle son, David, my oldest, and Josh, the youngest. And then this is the lovely Farmer Danny.
Good morning. I just wanted to remind you, if you follow us on Instagram, we do post our schedule every week, so you'll know where we are and you can come to any market that we're at.
Two last questions.
All right.
I'll ask the first one just of you and then anybody else in your family can answer those. Red or green, our state question.
We are a red chili family, as Danielle is deathly allergic to green chili.
How is that possible? Does it change when it turns red?
Yes.
Really?
There's a chemical change when it turns red, and I don't do red chili much anymore, but he can still.
Nice.
Without contaminating me.
Love it. And what is the one thing that this community can do for you today?
I think the biggest thing that I was looking for today was just the community. Entrepreneurship can be a lonely adventure. And the thing that I love about 1 Million Cups is that we're all in this together. And this is a space that it's okay to struggle and it's okay to not be okay. But yeah, that's the biggest thing that I take away from this is just knowing that y'all are in this with us and you're in our corner.
Nice. I'm going to give you a copy of the chat because there's been some chat and some contact information for you guys. I do have a couple of events I can share.